What's up, guys? Welcome to Target Focused Life. Today's review I'm stoked about because it is my first ever totally custom made side-by-side shotgun. This is the Venus 20 gauge by Upland Gun Company. So if you're looking for a detailed and in-depth review, you've come to the right place. Let's go! So if you've been following along on Target Focused Life, you may have seen the video that we made about Upland Gun Company and how they're changing the game of how you order a shotgun. We detailed it all in that video. We're not going to get heavy into it today, but basically to summarize, you order a shotgun totally custom for yourself. And I know what you're thinking, well, that sounds expensive. Well, it's not cheap, but it might be more attainable than you think, with shotguns starting around that $2,500 mark. And you can go way up from there depending on the level of customization. For example, this shotgun is the Venus 20 gauge, and it starts at around $3,300. But with everything that I did to this gun and with the second barrel set, and we'll get into all the customizations that I did, it ended up being about $8,300. Custom made in Italy. We're not going to get in depth about stock dimensions and that type of stuff today in this video because the only way Upland Gun Company does it is totally custom made stocks. I've never had one before. Like, I get these guns and I try to fit them to me the best I can. Maybe they have adjustable combs. I increase the length of pull, shims, spacers, all these things depending on the gun. But this one was made just for me. And the first thing I noticed when I pulled this Venus out is I mounted it up, and I was just, I never had that experience before. Like a gun that just mounted right where it needs to be. Like, it's almost awkward because it fits me so well. I'm used to guns that don't fit perfectly, having to mount them to the face and then bring them back. Well, this gun, I can pretty much, boom, simultaneously, boom, hit, and it's right there. Now, we also made a video of the fitting process. So what happens is you're gonna go get a custom fit. You can use one of the Upland Gun Company fitters that they work with, or you can choose one yourself. But you're gonna send in the stock dimensions when you order the gun, and then the gun stock, length of pull, cast, drop, all the different dimensions are made specifically for you. I can't wait to shoot this thing. We're gonna shoot it in just a minute here, but all I gotta say is it's awesome to mount a gun and just like, boom, it's there, it fits me. It's spot on. So the process, you go on the website and you can pick out just about every little detail of your gun. Let's go through the details I have on this gun, starting with the stock. It is grade 4 wood. That's gonna cost you more money. But I thought, hey, I'm getting this really cool gun made. Let's get some pretty nice wood on it. And it is beautiful wood. And as part of the process, they sent me pictures of a few different wood blanks as options for my gun, and I actually got to choose the wood blank that was used. I chose to go with a straight English stock. There are a few different options with the type of stock. You can get a pistol grip, or I think it's a Prince of Wales with the knob on the bottom. I really wanted to go traditional on this gun. It's a side-by-side. It's gonna be my Upland hunting shotgun from Upland Gun Company. I got it in 2 different barrel sets. I got the 20 gauge barrel set on right now. I wanted to be able to use that for pheasant hunting, something a little bit bigger. But then I have a 28 gauge barrel set as well that will be more for the Northwoods, grouse, potentially quail hunting. That adds significant amount of money. I think the extra barrel set was about $1,700 right there. So English stock, I went with double triggers. There's customization options there for right or left-handed, cantilevered, how you want the trigger set up. If you want a bigger trigger guard, you can really make it your own. And I think that is what's so cool is no one else has this gun. This gun is 100% specific to me. Now, there might be similar looking features to guns, but this one I picked out all myself. You'll notice on the back end of the stock, I chose to go with the wood butt end. Again, keeping it a little bit more traditional. There's checkering on the butt end of the shotgun. There's other different pad options. There's orange and black, and you can do different things with the butt end. On the checkering, I went with fine checkering. There's also options for checkering. Do you want fine, or do you want more coarse or extra fine, or however you want it, you can get it. It is color case hardened. There's definitely options for that. I went with a deep scroll engraving, which is beautiful when you look at it. They do a great job. I'm really impressed with the craftsmanship. The top lever, you got options there too. You can choose the detail and what your top lever is going to look like. Safety options, auto safety or not. As we move down the barrel, I have a swamped rib or a semi-swamped rib, different rib options that you can select. There's a single brass bead on front, and of course, you can change bead options. You got options for just about everything. Splintered forend, really trying to keep this as traditional as possible. Another upgrade was the long trigger tang. See how this comes back, extended into the stock. Nice engraving on that. Oh, check this out right there. I almost forgot about this little guy. It's a silver plate with my initials, SZG. I know what you're wondering. What in the heck does Z stand for? Guess down in the comments. The lettering there has gold inlay in it, so that's a pretty cool feature that also makes it really unique to me. Right here it says the bore size. This is a 20 gauge. That way I can keep it straight. Not that it should be that hard. Let's break this gun down real quick. It's got a push button release on the top. Everything about this gun appears to be high quality. It's made in Italy. I don't know if I mentioned that. By RFM gun manufacturers. They've been making shotguns for a long time. On the bottom side of the barrel, if you take it off, you can see I got improved cylinder and a modified on this gun. I have fixed chokes, wanting to be a little bit more on the traditional side. No screw-in chokes, so sorry Carlsons. I won't be adding you to this gun. Here's a look at the action, if you want to take a closer look at that. So I went over the specs the best I could. Again, that's kind of hard, not your typical review where out of the box at certain dimensions and certain specs, totally custom. But let's get some rounds through this gun. We'll start with the 20 gauge barrels. Really curious on recoil reliability. I got 3 different Promatic machines set up so we can get a variety of shooting in, simulate some field scenarios, and see how she shoots. So we're going to start out with just some Federal Top Gun target loads. These are 1,210 feet per second, 7/8 ounce, 8 shot. We'll take an easy one first off this #1 machine. Oh yeah, let's take another one. Another bird gets up. Second trigger. Woo-wee! I like that. This gun is a little bit stiff for shots here, but I think it will probably loosen up a little bit like most guns do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boy. Pull. That feels awesome. But that was target loads. And this is a hunting scenario, so we need to go to the Prairie Storm. We're gonna up it a little bit, 1,300 feet per second, 1.25 ounces. Those target loads, they were nothing. It's 20 gauge, not a big deal. Pull. I felt that. I felt that a lot. This is a pretty light gun. We're gonna check that in a second. I gotta do that one more time. Pull. I can tell you this is a gun I wanna walk with a lot and not shoot a lot of pheasants with, not high volume. That's got some punch, boy. It's gonna be real easy to carry in the field. It's a little bit lighter up front. Of course, that splintered forend makes it a little bit lighter. I wonder where it balances. Yeah, right close to the hinge point, slightly forward of that. But let's look at the weight of this shotgun. 6 pounds, 0.45 ounces. It's moving around, blowing a little bit. It's a little heavier than I thought it was. It feels great in the hands. Like, you could walk all day with this thing. No problem. Whether you're over the shoulder, broke over the shoulder. I mean, there's nothing to this gun. You know, and one thing we never checked is trigger pull. So let's do that. See what these triggers come out to be. We'll check both triggers. 2 pounds, 7.7 ounces. Back trigger is quite a bit heavier. 3 pounds, almost 4 pounds, 3 pounds, 15 ounces. I'm gonna do that one more time just to make sure we got it pretty accurate. 2 pounds, 15 ounces. Under 3 pounds on the front trigger. and just under 4 pounds on the second trigger. 3 pounds, 14.9 ounces. Extremely light triggers. You might like that, you might not. I don't know if they will customize trigger weight at all. I don't think that was an option that I had when I picked out this gun. But enough 20 gauge. I really bought this as a 28 gauge is really what I wanted. But I wanted the option to go out and shoot some pheasants. I thought it'd be cool to have it in a 20 gauge as well. If I only had to choose one, which would be a sad day, I would have went just with the 28 gauge. 28 gauge barrel and forend, 3 pounds, 2.1 ounces, and 3 pounds, 0.2 ounces. So the 28 gauge barrel is actually heavier. I'll have to ask the folks at Upland Gun Company. That's pretty interesting. 28 gauge barrel is a little bit heavier. Uh-oh. Which forend goes to which gun? And does it matter? Yep, says right on there. Huh. They thought that through. They knew they would have a customer like me that wouldn't pay attention. So we got the 28 gauge Federal Top Gun target loads, 3/4 ounce. Pull. Oh, crush that one. Pull. Oh yeah, that feels awesome. I could shoot that all day long. Pull. That is awesome. That's 28 gauge target loads. Man, I could do that all day long. But how about moving up to that Prairie Storm? I didn't love it with the 20 gauge. Call me a wimp, call me whatever. Now, that being said, if I was gonna fire a box of shells in a day, it wouldn't be a big deal. And when you're hunting, you seem to notice those things even less and less. But when I'm out here target shooting, I don't like those heavy loads. Pull. That felt awesome. These are a 6-shot. Any pheasant hunters out there use 28 gauge? Let me know down in the comments. Pull. Oh. All I want to do is keep shooting, end this video, because this 28, this Venus in 28 is amazing. I liked it in 20, but 28 gauge is so much fun. Unfortunately, the ammo is a little spendy. Now, how long did it take to get this gun? Just under a year. So yeah, just under a year to get this shotgun, but well worth the wait. I'm incredibly happy. Phenomenal job by Upland Gun Company and RFM. The manufacturer in Italy. If you're interested, I definitely recommend checking out Upland Gun Company. Lots of different options. They really specialize in hinge guns, specifically side-by-sides, but they do have some over-under options as well. And the fact that you can get a custom stocked shotgun is incredible. I mean, often a stock by itself, custom made, I mean, they can be $5,000, $6,000, $10,000. So to have a whole 2-barrel set like this with really nice finish for just over $8,000, I'm incredibly happy. But before we wrap up this review, if you watch the semi-auto reviews, you know I often do speed shooting tests, right? Always. Sometimes I don't do them with the side-by-sides or over-unders, but this gun, I feel like I can maneuver so quickly. It's so natural. I'm gonna blaze with this 28 gauge. So let's get on the clock. I can gauge recoil. I can gauge fit, mountability, balance, all those things when I'm on the clock. So let's give it a try. I got 2 triggers. I gotta remember that. Out of instinct, I just boom, boom, really quick. Can't do that in a double trigger gun. You know, when I said I was gonna blaze with this gun, I underestimated how awkward it would be for me to shoot 2 triggers this fast. Smoke. I threw early. It's not the fastest splits. Yeah, definitely not. A 3.5. This is not a trick shooting gun. This is a field gun, and I'm gonna get back to shooting on the Promatic machines and just having some fun with this gun. I'm in love, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you haven't already, check out Upland Gun Company and start playing around with their gun builder tool and see what you can come up with. Till next time, remember, whether you're in the field or in life, it's impossible to hit those shots you're not laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya!